The hallway buzzed with the chaotic energy of middle school life. Lockers slammed, sneakers squeaked against linoleum floors, and laughter echoed above the din. Ryan, a 13-year-old African-American boy, stood in front of his locker, observing the madness around him. Despite the noise, he felt ready to conquer the day. He had new shoes on his feet, confidence in his step, and the unshakable belief that he could handle anything middle school threw at him. But last Tuesday would prove him wrong. It started innocently enough, with Ryan sitting in homeroom, focused on his notebook. Minding my own business, when a girl beside me asks if she could ask him a question. When he nodded yes, she asks if it was true that he cheated on the history test. Ryan laughs, not believing his ears. Everyone knows that he is smart and would never cheat on a test. His only response was, "No, I didn't." She only shakes her head disbelievingly and turns back to her desk. But by lunch, it wasn't a question anymore. It was, "Yo, Ryan cheated," and "Man, Ryan's fake smart." It was wild. Leave us a comment if you have ever had to deal with an untrue rumor. By lunchtime, whispers about him had spread like wildfire. The rumor? That he had cheated on the history test. At first, Ryan found it laughable, completely baseless and absurd. But the more he listened, the more he realized that people weren't asking questions. They were making accusations. The shift was unmistakable when he entered the cafeteria. He approached his usual table, sitting down with his lunch tray, but instead of being greeted with the usual jokes and camaraderie, he was met with an awkward silence. His friends avoided his gaze, their unease palpable. When one of them finally spoke, it was clear they believed the rumors. The betrayal stung deeply, and as Ryan sat there for the first time in years, a wave of frustration and sadness washed over him. By gym class, the whispers had become full-blown chatter. He could feel the judgment in the glances thrown his way as he changed into his uniform. It reached a breaking point when he overheard Darnell, one of the most popular kids in school, openly mocking him. He had thought Darnell was cool and a friend. Darnell's words weren't just hurtful, they were meant to humiliate. Darnell was obviously the one who started the rumor. Ryan had had enough. With a steady resolve, he confronted Darnell, demanding answers. Ryan's questions startled Darnell at first. He asked him why he started the rumor. He wanted to know what he had done to him to make him do this. Darnell brushed it off at first, dismissing the whole thing as a joke. But Ryan didn't back down. He pointed out how the rumor had damaged his friendships, shaken his confidence, and even worried his mom. Slowly, Darnell's smug demeanor faded as the weight of Ryan's words sank in. For the first time, he looked genuinely regretful. The next day, Ryan approached his locker, bracing for more of the same. But instead of finding more judgment, he found Darnell waiting for him. It seems that Darnell had posted a video on social media the night before, clearing Ryan's name and admitting to fabricating the rumor. It was an apology, not just to Ryan, but to everyone who had believed the lie. Ryan felt a mix of surprise and relief. Darnell had taken responsibility and, in doing so, set things right. As Ryan walked to class that day, he reflected on what he had learned. 1. You must stand up for yourself, but do it with respect. 2. Words have power, whether they're spoken, posted, or shared. 3. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's strength. Middle school, he realized, was indeed a jungle. But he had learned that survival wasn't just about standing tall when things got tough. It was about speaking up and using his voice to defend himself and others. He also saw the power of influence and how words could either tear someone down or build them up. The choice, he realized, was always in the speaker's hands. And as he smiled, the day already feeling a little brighter, he vowed to always use his voice for good and to never let a rumor define him. Life will sometimes be a challenge, but you just have to know how to navigate it. And if you're out there dealing with drama, just know your story isn't over. It's just getting started. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and share with someone in need of encouragement. Leave us a comment if you have ever had to deal with an untrue rumor.